Welcome to the show. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And here are the goods. Second week in a row. Consistent. Consistency. C-O-N-sistency. And of course, I forgot where we go with this. And we start with the box office. All right. You know what? You gave me shit. A lot of people gave me noise about this movie, but I knew that it was gonna freaking beat Mission Impossible, and that's The Meg.
Wait, for real?
Yes, came out, chomped its way to the top spot. Number one, 45 million.
I didn't think people were that interested in shark movies anymore. I figured that all the shark movies that had recently come out had basically just taken all the money away from anybody who gave a crap, plus Discovery Channel finishing Shark Week. I figured people were over sharks, there'd be no more, that we'd be talking about like how this movie just failed. I'm shocked.
Okay, all right, real quick. The last two that came out, even though you can't stand 47 meters
that movie was not a good movie.
But it made money.
It made money. People love shark movies. What are you trying to tell me?
And
people keep seeing Sharknado.
And the Shallows.
Hey, The Shallows was a good movie.
Was very good, and it made some money, and you had Blake Lively. So this one, you don't have Blake Lively, but you have Jason Statham.
Yes.
You got Li Bingbing. Ho Chi Minh Chow. You have Rainn Wilson. Li Bingbing. That's her name. She's gorgeous, man. That's a gorgeous lady right there.
Dude, you're gonna get us in trouble again.
Oh, you're gonna get us in trouble again. All right. Anyway, you got a pretty good cast.
Right.
45 million, 141 million worldwide, $150 million budget. It's a hit, man. It's a hit. Either way, I think a lot of the familiarity as far as the novels helped it a little bit too. Plus, you got Jason Statham.
All the book readers came in to come see the movie.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. It's a Harry Potter thing.
Anyway, so number 2, Mission Impossible 6, 20 million, third week.
That third week, it was like, I can't believe people are still watching old ass Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
Hey man, hey, they're gonna watch him again once he becomes Maverick again.
I'm waiting for that. That's he's gonna be a teacher.
Yeah.
I was like, he ain't gonna be doing no stunts.
You never know.
No, that's Tom Cruise.
Exactly.
Take it back.
He's gonna go to the restroom and he's gonna. Number 3.
I'm off the wing of the plane.
Number 3 is Christopher Robin, 12 million.
That is, I almost forgot that movie was still out.
So did a lot of people. So did Disney. Disney forgot it was out.
We talked about it last week, but I literally forgot after we talked about it that movie was still in theaters.
Yeah, I mean, it's holding up okay, but there's no real competition. Teen Titans has already gone down. Incredibles has already really died down, and that's the only family movie you got. It's going to have no competition for the next couple weeks.
I don't think that's good enough for Disney. I think this is a disappointment for them.
Possibly, but it's still in the top 5. I think they'll live with that. Okay. Number 4, Slenderman. That's a shock to me.
That's what I meant to go see this weekend. I wanted to see Slenderman.
Dude, that was a shock to me. That I did not. It made $11 million. I did not expect for that thing to come out in the top 5.
By the way, the budget was really low. All you gotta do is have a dude standing there in a spandex suit doing this. That's all you had to have him do. It was like you had to pay somebody for that. You can get anybody to stand in the suit and cast some teenage unknown actors and
act scared. Look scared.
It looks scared. Dude. That movie cost $3.75.
I think
they made $11 million. They happy.
The PG-13 rating. I think it helped it a lot.
Yeah, because more people can go see that.
More people can go see that.
And a lot of kids, little kids, younger kids, like grade school age kids, know about the Slenderman, so they would want to go see that film. So that probably really did help that one out. So helped out Slenderman. You felt like it hurt the Meg.
Number 5.
Probably helped the Meg.
You ready for this one?
Yes.
Black Klansman by Spike Lee. 10 million.
I think Spike Lee's audience is either grown up and maybe not so much into his movies anymore, or...
well, it's actually the highest opening for him.
Really?
It's one of his highest openings.
Wait, no. He did a big budget film. What was it?
Don't mean it opened good.
I'm sorry, Spike. I was giving you way too much credit.
I saw part of it. Mm-hmm. Adam Driver, Kylo Ren throwing it down as far as the drama, did real good. Denzel's son. I'm so sorry, I forgot his name.
Denzel Jr.?
No, it's not Denzel Jr. He's from Ballers, Washington.
Oh, the football player.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, okay.
Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky.
Yeah, he was great, man. I mean, it was a solid movie. It's a lot. It's really tough to see, to be honest with you, especially towards the end when they show real footage of the bad things that are happening, and it's really hard to watch, but it's really good. I thought anyway, from the parts that I've seen,
Those are the
I thought it was really good.
like were like they're intended to get a reaction out of you. I can't watch those movies because it just makes me upset for the rest of the day.
Yes.
So I have to be told that like, hey, it's a really good movie and you're really going to enjoy it outside of all the other things that are going on in the film. So once I get those type of reviews of this movie, then I'll actually sit down and watch it. Other than that, I tend to stay away from films like that.
It's one of the movies that you'll probably, as far as because of the content, you'll want to watch at home. You don't want to watch that at the theater. That's just my opinion.
Right.
That is not a movie that you really want to see at the theater.
Turn around and punch a white person?
Yeah, you will. No, I'm playing. Either way, that rounded up the top 5 with 10 million. Up next, Mile 22.
I'm excited about this movie.
Another Mark Wahlberg team-up movie.
It's another one. It was like, you got The Italian Job, we got The Big Hit.
You got Four Brothers.
And
now Mile 22.
Three Kings.
Three Kings, yep.
It's like every movie he's been in.
Daddy's Home.
The Parted. Daddy's Home, because it was 4 dads in that one. It was 4 dads in that movie.
So Mile 22 opens coming this past week, and Crazy Rich Asians. That is a romantic comedy.
Never mind. You just lost me.
But a lot of people say that's really freaking funny.
Just kind of.
So we'll see. I think China's gonna be the one that it's gonna skyrocket overseas.
Oh, yeah, it'll do great over there.
But a lot of people have been wanting to watch it, so I'm curious.
Though?
Oh, that's messed up. All right.
No, for real. Isn't she Korean?
Well, isn't that still Asia?
I mean, it's still Asian. So what they were trying to do is like, we got to make sure we get all the demographics. So we got to make sure.
It ain't called Crazy Koreans. It's Crazy Rich Asians.
They're really great in Korea, but everywhere else is gonna don't care about Koreans.
Oh man, we're gonna get terminated over here.
What was the best line by Tate Diggs? Koreans get me.
Alright, so Disney might not be too happy with Christopher Robin, but one thing they are excited about is the acquisition of Fox. Now, right now, it's they're still in the middle of the deal. The $71 billion acquisition of Fox is not completed yet, but it's pretty much a done deal. And they came out and said that the Fox properties that are currently in production will be released theatrically. Under what banner? I'm curious of that. Is it going to be 20th Century Fox or is it going to be Disney? I don't know.
Well, they'll probably divide them up. All the stuff that was comic book related will probably get released under Marvel.
Okay, and I'm glad you mentioned that.
They may not want to carry that because depending on how those films fit in the MCU, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just release it under 20th Century Fox.
Possibly, and I think that would be, if they're going to start making some of these characters part of the MCU, they have to get it out.
Yeah.
Like not included as a Disney brand or even a Marvel brand, just a Fox / Marvel brand.
Or they could just cancel it. I don't know.
New Mutants, X-Force,
yeah,
and Dark Phoenix, which I heard was horrible.
Yeah, I don't think Dark Phoenix is coming out. New Mutants is going straight to streaming. X-Force is probably going to be the only thing that comes out because it's far enough. Even though in Deadpool 2 they made the reference to the current X-Team with what's his name? Guy.
Shatterstar and everybody.
Yeah, no. For Patrick Stewart. For Xavier.
McAvoy.
Thank you. God, you let me struggle on it that long.
That's what I do, man.
Even though they showed McAvoy in the current team, and it was like, I still feel like it's far enough separated from that universe, it's far enough separated from the universe that it could still come out as a standalone film and not affect the Marvel MCU.
Well, the thing that's going to be the toughest is because if it's established and they already have Deadpool, you already know the type of movie that is. Man,
Kevin Feige said that there is a place for rated R films in the MCU. He said there was a place for it because he knows he's getting Deadpool. We will see. And they're not gonna recast Ryan Reynolds.
They're
not. So he knows he has to accept it. So he said there is a place for R-rated films in the MCU, just based on what. It depends on the character and the story that they're trying to tell. That's what he said. So Deadpool's not going anywhere. That film is going to come out. X-Force is going to come out. Everything else will not make a theatrical debut.
We shall see.
We shall see.
The projects that are currently in development for Fox, those are the ones that are in doubt. So if it's in the so those that are in the early development stages, possibly they're probably not even going to make it at all. Okay, The Simpsons. Family Guy, all of these, Bob's Burgers, all of these, they've actually planned to make these movies.
Those possibly could come out.
Those possibly will come out, and I think it's easier with animation. Maybe Family Guy would be the wild card there.
Family Guy has a good fan following. That one should come out.
I know, but I'm talking about
like on like year 30. That's gonna come out.
But I'm talking about the as far as the content of Family Guy and the humor that it has is way.
We got an XForce.
Okay. Anyway,
dude, they could do Marvel. They could. What was the when New Line took over all the Marvel stuff and they were doing all the rated R stuff for Marvel? They could do something like that. They could just do an offshoot production company.
And then I'll get to that right now. They're going to possibly downsize once the acquisition takes place, which means that a lot of people, unfortunately, are going to lose their jobs, and that sucks. But that's pretty much it's a possibility.
Same job.
Now let's talk about the rated R thing. All right, so you got these rated R properties that pretty much they're not going to make money unless they are rated R. You got Aliens. Mm-hmm. You have.
I don't want to hear another Robocop thing.
Deadpool. And all of that. So, you have these properties that are rated R. Right. You can't change it. Mm-hmm. So you look back at the 80s, mm-hmm. and Disney had that extension of like you said, a different production company. Yeah, they had Touchstone, which released like Down and Out Beverly Hills, Stakeout, and all these Richard Dreyfuss movies.
Right. They can do Fox.
They can do that too.
Fox could be their rated R
division.
Yeah.
Yeah. Planet of the Apes and Avatar, I think those are. They're fantasy and all that. So I think those are safe. I think they're okay. PG-13 is fine.
Yeah.
But when you got Aliens, which, Blomkamp still wants to do Alien 5. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Then you got the Prometheus sequels, Alien Covenant. You still don't know what's going to happen with Ridley Scott and that. So, so you have those properties that need to be rated R. So it's going to be interesting. We'll see exactly what it is that's going to happen with this acquisition.
I can't wait for this thing to be finally over so we can start talking about what's going to happen for real as opposed to speculating.
It just sucks that you have, the movies outside of the Marvel, mm-hmm. like Die Hard and like Aliens and all that. I think those will probably suffer the most, but it just looks like they wanted the Marvel characters more than anything else. Well, so it's almost like they're paying $71 billion for the Marvel characters.
Well, they're getting some other stuff too, like they're getting the Sky Network, which is the international cable division. Mm-hmm. So they're getting that. Sky Broadcasting or something. They're getting that. They're getting access to different homes as far as to broadcast their content. So that's one of the reasons why they paid so much for it.
Then they definitely have to have a second division, a different division, and not advertise it as Disney. That's a possibility. All right. So speaking of Fox, and we're talking about Aliens and all that. Neil Blomkamp wanted to do Alien 5. Had good concept art showing Hicks, Michael Biehn with the burnt face, and Ripley. They showed direct sequel basically to Aliens. They had the whole storyboard, saw it all. Not too bad. Okay, great. Never happened. No. They did Covenant.
I hate that movie.
Yep, they did Covenant and everything. So now he's planning to reboot Robocop. With a sequel.
I think this is going to be a soft reboot.
Yes, a soft reboot. Robocop returns.
Yeah, I just think they're just going to pretend like the first movie didn't happen, but still keep the same players. I think we'll still see Joel Kinnaman in it.
No. Because Neil Blomkamp wants Peter Weller to come back as Robocop.
No. Burn that card now.
He wants Peter Weller to reprise his Murphy role.
Is Robocop going to have a walker? Is he going to be a rascal?
Okay, the way I see it in all honesty, so you got... It almost looks like you're going to have Robocop 1, 2, then it's going to stop. And then RoboCop Returns will be 3.
Acknowledge 3
no,
and all the dark TV series and stuff like that?
They will not acknowledge that, and then they're not going to acknowledge Kinnaman. I seriously doubt they'll acknowledge Kinnaman. They should.
They should just keep going with Kinnaman.
They should keep going with Kinnaman.
He's a great actor. Just keep going with Kinnaman to say, hey, look, we should have went R-rated. The sequel's going to be R. Just keep doing that.
Yeah, I would keep Kinnaman. But yeah, I would bring RoboCop back.
No.
For this. Now, if you look at
you can't keep Kinnaman and bring back RoboCop.
Sure you can. There's a lot of ways you can do that.
He would have already existed.
Be a buddy cop, lethal weapon type.
He would have already existed. They already set up this like.
No, he was in the vault somewhere. They had him like in witness protection or something. They just had him in the vault.
They took some old man and they threw him in the costume and they threw him in a thing and why would they do that?
The way I see it, in all honesty, if they bring back Peter Weller, the man is 71 years old. Okay, so drop it. Oh shit! Hold on, wait a minute. Drop my cane. I dropped it.
He's on his rascal, sir. Go ahead.
If they bring back Peter Weller, they can do it in the same capacity that they brought Peter Mayhew back in Force Awakens, to where it was like he took turns between. They always took turns between Peter Mayhew and the other actor.
Yeah,
So. They can go back and forth. They can possibly do that, or have the close-up shots, maybe a lot of the walking and all that. They're not going to do.
Didn't exist in this universe.
Look at freaking look at Lando. Billy D. Williams. He couldn't even walk at Comic-Con when we saw him.
Very true.
And they're going to have him in Episode 9. So
But he exists in that universe, sir.
Yeah, but he does exist in this universe.
Does not.
If they do not include Kinnaman, he does exist.
Okay, they can't include
1, 2, RoboCop Returns.
I want Kinnaman back.
You just want his human hand. That's what it is.
I'm fine with that. Maybe they cut his hand off there. Somebody shoots him in the hand. Will that make you happy? And they replace it. Total body prosthesis. That's what he wants. And that's what he wants.
Man.
About that one.
Would you buy that movie for $1?
I would not buy that movie for $1. Not with Peter Weller. No. Let that man live in the 80s.
Oh man.
Last time I saw him was in a Star Trek film. I don't need to see him in another film.
So let's talk Oscars. Now, this news is actually, it's happened a couple of weeks ago, and we didn't get a chance to talk about it last week, but we wanted to touch base on the Oscars' new category of Outstanding Popular Movie.
All right.
Now, now you have movies like, I think a lot of this has to do with the inclusion of Avengers, the Marvel movies, Star Wars, and all this other stuff.
That aren't winning awards.
Right. Now, they did not include The Dark Knight in 2008 for the Best Picture Oscar, but Ledger won. That Ledger won for The Joker.
Right.
That just pretty much showed that there was a lot of substance and credibility to his role as the Joker.
Right.
Them not including The Dark Knight, well, that does suck. But regardless, the substance of the character that Ledger played earned him that Oscar.
Right.
With this category, you're taking the substance and the credibility away from film, period, and you're turning the Oscars into the freaking MTV Awards.
A lot of people believe that.
I don't like it.
Right.
I think it's an insult. And what's your take on it?
Okay, so I feel a different way. I feel two different ways. All right, so one, I like that we'll be able to say, hey, finally, a comic book movie, a big blockbuster action film, got recognized for really being something that everybody liked, as opposed to being that like niche, artsy film that only a few people are ever gonna see in their whole damn life, and saying that is the best film or that deserves an Oscar. On the other side, it was like, and I'm gonna quote them. This was on Screen Junkies. They made a mention. They were like saying like, blockbusters get all the money, they get all the attention, and these smaller indie films and stuff like that get no recognition.
They get the awards.
They get the award, and that's their recognition for being a great film.
Right.
Right. Why take that away from them?
Yeah.
Why take that away from them by making this other category? Because now, when people watch the award shows, they're not going to be worried about that anymore. They're going to be worried about the most popular film.
It's like the fan voting on the All-Star game in the NBA.
That's exactly what it is. No, but like you said, it's the MTV Movie Awards. It's the MTV Movie Awards. And I get it, but if you're one of the people who complain that comic book films have gotten so much better recently and they never get recognized because they're comic book films, or action films have gotten way better recently, they don't get recognized because they're blockbuster action films.
So
it hurts you as a fan to say like, hey, you're not going to recognize them just because they're a big blockbuster film, as opposed to acknowledging the fact that it was a really good film.
But regardless, it still diminishes the quality of a film. If you look at Black Panther,
okay,
which you're back and forth on it, I'm back and forth on it, but a lot of people thought that it was a very good movie. Okay,
Or Get Out.
Or Get Out.
Yeah,
Get Out's a perfect example. So you have, you're going to start questioning now the substance of the movie itself. You know, does that mean that Black Panther is going to be nominated twice?
No. So what's going to happen? What was it? Didn't Beauty and the Beast win one year?
It was nominated for Best Animated.
Okay, so it was nominated. Okay.
It was nominated for Best Picture in '91. They brought the Best Animated Oscar in 2001.
Right. So now no animated films get nominated for Best Picture because they brought that category in.
Right.
You will never see a blockbuster in Best Picture ever again because they're just going to say, "Oh, put it in the fan vote over here."
And I don't like that because again, it takes away it diminishes the credibility of the movie.
But in the same breath, we weren't seeing them there anyway.
True. Like Star Wars. I mean, and you and I both have always said Star Wars, you know, we always wanted to see Star Wars in Best Picture, but we had to be stuck with visual effects. Right. That's when it was going to be nominated. You know, Suicide Squad's an Oscar winner. Okay, so
that's for like costume design, though.
Yeah, for costume design, but it's still an Oscar winner. David Ayers can say, "I have an Oscar-winning movie." All right, now with this, you can still have that same, you know, bragging rights if you want to, if you lack of a better term, you can say that. Okay, I have a Oscar-winning movie, Black Panther.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest with you, if they implement it this year, Black Panther's winning.
Yeah.
Or Avengers: Infinity War's winning.
That's probably gonna win.
So, even though Black Panther's made more money.
I think they're throwing it out there right now to test the water, see how people feel about it. If the reaction to it is positive enough, they'll add it. If it's they're getting a lot of blowback with negative, you know, then they're gonna be like, we were just thinking about it. We're not actually gonna do it. So right now, I don't think that they will actually do it because overwhelmingly, I've been hearing people saying they don't like the idea. So I don't think it'll happen. We have the MTV Movie Awards, even though nobody really puts any credibility in that. But that's unfortunately where blockbusters are going to go hang out at. That's where you're going to get your awards, even though people don't really even show up for that anymore.
Would you rather...
The Rock children for everything, by the way.
Would you rather be popular or respected?
I would rather make money.
Would you rather be popular or respected?
I would rather be... Well, it depends. It really depends on the situation. And it's like, would I rather be popular in a situation where I have to...
Popular and rich? Respected and broke? Alrighty then, never mind.
No true words are ever spoken.
Oh man. Well, speaking of broke, MoviePass. So MoviePass.
What a segue.
MoviePass last summer dropped their prices to $9.99, and you can watch pretty much one movie a day, every day, whenever you want, right? Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, they burned through that money real quick. They've had to take loans out.
You got a free movie. You got a free movie.
You got a free movie, and you got a free one. They've had to take loans out to pay. A lot of people's subscriptions have been completely freaking not working, not functioning. Their apps have not worked.
The Mission Impossible thing really screwed them up.
Yeah, it was just overall just a horrible thing. Now we talked about it, though. They should have freaking just been at $14.99. Get it over with, and there you go. It's still been a good deal. $29.99 would have been a good deal.
I would have paid $29.99.
$19.99, whatever. You know,
free movie a day. That would have been more economical for them, and then we wouldn't be talking about how they're going out of business.
But going and burning through that money that fast has put them in a bind. They're not even. They're like really close to being freaking bankrupt. But anyway, so they wanted to allow 2 movies a night, but they choose the movies.
What? Oh, go see this movie and go see this.
Yeah, and you're gonna see it for free. 2 movies a day. Okay, so there's that.
I wouldn't even be that bad with that one. It was like, oh, okay, I got these 2 movies to pick one. Which one are you gonna see? It's still a free movie.
Now here's the bad part too: is that there's supposedly reports saying that they have uncanceled people's subscriptions, even though customers have canceled it. They've uncanceled it and charged them. Is that awful?
That's awful. That's awful, and it's also like illegal.
Well, they've done it. I'm pretty sure there's some fine print anyway in there somewhere.
We can uncancel your subscription even when you want to cancel. You're ours now.
Okay, so tell me, what the hell should they do?
Sell.
Okay, tell the audience.
No, absolutely. They should absolutely sell because there's no saving this right now. You started with your price point way too low. If you go higher to make it to where it's economical and affordable for you to be able to provide it, because you got to deal with the studios, you got to deal with the actual theaters, and they got to get cuts of this money too, because they're not just giving away free tickets because you want to offer a service. Everybody needs to make money. So in order for you to raise the price to make it affordable for everybody or make it economical for everybody, you set your price point too low that your already current subscribers are not gonna want to pay that super high price point anymore. They're like, no, you told me $9.99, that's all I'm paying. Even though I know I'm totally screwing you by giving you only $9.99, I'm not gonna pay $29.99 or $24.99 or $19.99. I'm not even paying you $10.99. I'm paying you $9.99 because that's what I agreed to. You're not gonna get $1 more out of me. So the only thing that they can do at this particular point is either find, like I talked about last time we talked about this, find a way to market with a specific theater group, a theater chain that they can say, go to AMC. AMC has their own thing, I know, before you comment about it. Or go to Regal, go to Santikos, this is your, this is the theater chain that you can go to who will honor this no matter the particular movie, and they work out some type of like, okay, I will bring you this amount of many customers, this is my customer base, this, you have to do this for me. Maybe we can work out time frames. They can't come on the weekends. They can only come Monday through Thursday type deal, all peak hours or something like that. They can do that. Or you go to somebody who already has an existing loyalty program and you say, here's my customer base, how much you want to pay for it. That's it. Those are the two options. The third option is go broke. Go broke, because that's where they're headed. They're headed towards the third option. You pick one of the other two options right there, and then you actually walk out of this not mortgaging your house.
So why did it work for Netflix to start so low and then go so high? Is it because they actually made it to where Netflix became part of you, and it is now something that you gotta have?
Well, that part of that, but also too, Netflix already, the price point that Netflix originally had was for the stuff that they were rotating movies anyway. So that it was what they had contracts with studios for, and they were doing the DVD mailers and stuff like that. But when they started to do the price point, it's because they were doing their own original content. So they were doing something extra, and they were spending money out of their pocket to add more content to the service. So then it became like, okay, I understand why you're charging me because you're spending so much money to do all this original content. I like what you're doing, so I will be okay paying the extra amount for. And the simple fact that you already had me hooked for like 10 years already.
And you don't, and MoviePass does not have that option.
No, they don't have that option. It's not like they're giving you extra movies. They're not giving, like, oh, here's a 3D. No, they're already giving me 3D. Here's a 4D movie, or like, here's like, what was the movie where they used, back in the 50s, where they used to spray the smells of things and the smell-o-vision and stuff like that?
3D,
they're not giving you something new.
Spy Kids 3D it had 4D, and you could smell it. You scratch it, you smell it.
Yeah, exactly. So they're not doing anything extra. They're just saying, like, pay me more money for what I've already given you, and people aren't going to want to do that. Their fault was to lower the price point to begin with. Yeah. They should have started high and
gone low.
Well, they should have started high and went higher.
And went higher. There you go. Oh well. Sorry, MoviePass. You ain't that. The fork's gonna be in you pretty soon.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Sorry to see you go. I want you to stay around, but sorry to see you. She was like, don't, that's not the best time to be drunk. You should always be happy. You should be a happy drunk.
My mother said the older you get, the stupider you get.
Sure.
She told me that in Spanish. All right.
Doesn't sound better in Spanish. It sounds better.
Está más grande, más pendejo. Yeah, it sounds.
Yeah, it actually does sound better.
Yeah. Thanks, Ma.
It sounds wise. It sounds very wise.